AI is transforming work, but employees say they feel most confident when HR leads the way. The Predictive Index newest ebook called HR's Playbook for the AI Era reveals that people want clear training, open communication, and cautious human centered adoption, not rushed rollouts. Learn how HR can build trust, strengthen culture, and guide AI adoption without leaving people behind. Download your free copy at trypi.com/AI era. That's trypi.com/AI era. Trypi.com/AI era.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Toe sucking. All right. Now, personally, I've never had my toes sucked that I can recall, but I went to a state school, so I can't remember everything, okay? But toe sucking, not kink shaming, right? So if you're listening to this and you're like, okay, she's kink shaming me, absolutely not. I'll try anything a couple times. All right. So absolutely not kink shaming whatsoever, but toe sucking in the workplace on company time without consent. Thoughts.
Oh.
I mean, y'all are having a reaction, right? I mean, what the hell? No better EHS campaign that I could think of. You know, wear your steel toes, not to protect your toes from injury from machinery, but literally from your coworkers sucking them off.
Was that sneaking under the cubicle?
Yeah, like I have so many questions.
You have so many. So get this, right? Imagine your female employee goes into the break room. You think you can get peace, right? No, women can't get peace anywhere, okay? Like full stop. Not even in your break room, in your place of employment, okay? So she should have known better. All right, victim shame, victim shame. Oh my God, bless her heart. Just trying to have a sandwich for lunch. Sits down, okay? Some other employee, male employee, hiding under the table.
A peekaboo. No, thank you.
A peekaboo. He loves feet.
A lick-a-toe.
A lick-a-toe. A peekaboo and a lick-a-toe, right? It's a twofer. What the hell? So he's hiding under the lunch table, just scoping out victims. First off, could you imagine, like, doing that? Like, I could never imagine even just crawling on the floor at work.
It's ballsy.
No, I have a vivid imagination. That is outside the scope, thankfully.
Oh, my gosh. Like, who does that? Because you know how the floors are. He was waiting. He was waiting, and he's there just viewing. She sits down to eat lunch. A reasonable thing to do. It's lunchtime. And he grabs her foot and sticks it in his mouth.
Did you kick him?
Yeah, I imagine, right? I know I would.
mean, that would be
I know I would. She didn't enjoy it. Let's put it that way, right? It got reported up, thank God.
As it should.
As it should. But who the hell does that? Do we need safe words at work? I mean, seriously, mine's yellow, just for the record. Mine's yellow for the record. Yellow, you know, I mean, but it's like, oh my God, bless her. Bless her. Can get no peace nowhere.
I hope he got fired.
What the God, last chance. Last chance. Warning. Because it was an accident that her foot ended up in his mouth. He was just down there licking the floor as a kink. He wasn't meaning to put a toe in. Oh my God, she's the one who dipped it in. But I just don't want to pay you like that. I don't want to pay you for that in the workplace. Doesn't that seem reasonable?
Do that on your off time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and of course the argument is, well, it was break time. Oh my God. Like, come on.
No, that's a bad argument.
That is a horrific argument. That is the worst argument. I was clocked out.
I was sucking toes on my own time.
I was sucking. This is my toe sucking time, damn it. This is my toe sucking time. That is literally arguments we hear in the workplace, is it not?
Literally.
Oh, God.
This is actually a Bestie story that was sent to us.
Fun.
Yeah, so let's dive in. In my first HR job, I was an employment manager for a hotel, a national chain. Turnover was through the roof. I myself have worked in hospitality, and I can confirm.
That was Jamie, and that is true.
We were a 3-person HR shop, and I was the middleman, of course. My boss was the director, and she was out of town on this particular day. The director of maintenance calls me and says that one of his maintenance employees, a second shift employee, showed up reeking of alcohol and was visibly impaired. I get it.
my boss would have normally handled this on this day, but of course it fell to 25-year-old me to sit on this employee's termination. The maintenance director called the employee into our meeting and proceeded to explain that it was clear he had been drinking and that it was not acceptable for him to show up in this state. The employee acknowledged that he had been drinking, but argued it wasn't enough for him to be impaired. He had only had a six-pack.
Fair point.
6-beer limit. At some point, I piped up and quoted the company policy mumbo jumbo. He got irritated with me, and in an effort to prove that did not have too much to drink, he exclaimed, "You think I'm be smelling all like this?" And he reached into his mouth and pulled out his set of false teeth and flung them across the table at me.
Dodging dentures, indeed.
I dodged the teeth, and that pretty much sealed the termination deal. Happy to say that was a once-in-a-lifetime career event for me.
Oh, my, let's hope.
One should, well, I will say, at
Once
first
is enough.
Well, when you said sit in on the meeting, and for a second there, I thought you said sit on the employee, and I thought we were going in a different direction.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
It really is. It's like it's the cover up, not the crime, right? It's when you're having the conversation. I mean, admitting to a 6-pack is probably grounds to terminate, even in California, probably. But it's that cover up. It's the reaction to it. The throwing of the teeth just hit it.
I just find it insanely interesting that that's what he thought was going to be his out to this termination. Smell my teeth.
Oh, my
That was your out?
He was probably hammered. His decisions were very impaired. He couldn't get a hotel room clean to save his life.
Oh, my God. And that was the evidence.
Yeah.
Stinky teeth.
Stinky teeth.
I have a story from an HR Besties listener.
Ooh.
This listener thought that we would love this story. And actually, she corrected and said, well, probably not love, but it's one of those HR nightmare experiences. So in her previous role, and I'll just switch to I was head of people for a startup. Red flag number one, I know. And those who have been in that role will know. I was on maternity leave with my first child, which was 6 weeks that I had to lobby for, when I got a call from some of my department heads that the CEO had announced company-wide layoffs, which is quite the surprise when you're head of people and you're on leave and you find out after this happened, right? As the HR bestie I am, I emailed the CEO and COO that I would like to come back early from leave if they were going to do layoffs to aid the teams and put together severance packages. I think this HR bestie is Jamie, right?
Oh, my God.
The COO then set up an 8-minute meeting with me.
8 minutes, that's all they had.
8-minute management and laid me off instead.
Oh, my God.
With no severance, no insurance.
Well, she was out on
no
leave.
Insurance continuation, and truly no empathy for the breadwinning 4-week postpartum mother that she just shocked with the news. That alone is a nightmare, but then the CEO proceeded to lay off other staff members and go to a conference to speak about how the company had to eradicate the toxic cancers of the organization.
Oh my God.
When truly all layoffs were high-performing employees. Not done yet. After ramping up my social media presence in my job search, I had the COO reach out to me, stating that my stance on social media is geared too much toward employees and not enough about how CEOs can optimize workforce costs and use AI in place of HR.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Thankfully, I am now employed with a progressive company who believes in my employee experience mindset, but I'd love to bring attention to this toxic workplace. Blue skies, bestie.
Oh, screw them. There you go. We put them on the pod. We put them on the.
We put them on blast, and we don't name names just because we don't have it. We don't have the name. But when I read this one just stuck out because this has happened, I'm sure, to some of you all.
So we've all heard of love triangles, right?
Sadly, yes.
Have you heard of love triangles in the workplace?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, sadly, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a love square?
I haven't, but I feel like I'm about to, and I'm getting my coffee and putting some Baileys in it.
Right, exactly. Oh my God. So this is my first love square. But at a previous employer, God, get this hot goss, right? This is like some real water cooler shit right here. 4 employees. That's what makes it a square, obviously. They're sitting at the corners, right?
In case you didn't know.
A rhombus.
Exactly. A rhombus,
Hexagon.
right? I mean, a trapezoid. It's a love trapezoid. I don't know, pick a shape, but crazy. I mean, people are freaking tripping. They're crazy. So get this, all employees. One is the manager of the department. Okay. One is the manager of the department.
Already, I'm just like,
I know, exactly. He is having an affair with one of the employees on his team.
Okay, that's 2.
She is sitting outside his office. Next to her is her husband, who also works at the business in the same department. Not the same team, same department.
That's 3.
Like cubicle across from her. Okay. Just right there, plain
he's
sight.
fucking.
Nobody.
Okay, the 4th. Who's
Nobody.
the 4th?
Nobody. The 4th is the manager, his wife, the finance leader. So these 2, manager and employee, are having an affair. Their spouses are right there in the building. And everybody knows except them.
Wow.
Like it's a thing. Everyone's talking about it. You know what I mean? And it was a actual thing that was happening.
How did you learn about it?
Everyone was talking about it. And
goss.
of course, the
That's
water
right.
cooler.
People will run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit gets
Will
around
run.
fast.
They're bringing it up, and then you're watching behavior.
What are you going to do about this?
Oh, I know. Oh my God, what can you do? Oh gosh.
What are you going to do about these grown-ass adults' behavior, Leigh?
Oh, I know. Oh gosh. Well, I think I was moving or switching jobs at then, so I
Nothing.
got out of that. I know, so I ain't doing jack shit
Good
about
luck
it.
with that.
I know. I'm going to wish them well.
As many details as I can to use it on a podcast one day and potentially social media. But anything else?
Oh my gosh. Can you believe that though? That's
Wow.
brazen.
Yeah. Ugh.
Wow,
That is brazen.
Also, think of why does everyone's spouse work there? what the hell?
Okay.
Well, it is. I mean, honestly, if people are working together, they're living together, it's a setup. It can be a problem to set up. Normally, you think they'd look elsewhere, but I guess if they're glancing across the
God,
cubicle,
no.
someone's going to be looking really good if you're tired of your spouse.
Right.
My gosh. Well, I guess there may be the person that was married. Maybe there was a power dynamic that her husband, if he was in a cube, but her boss had an office, then that level of power was very
know what I'm
attractive
saying?
to her because having an office is the real prize in corporate. Oh,
Yeah. Well, those 2 got divorced. The cubies.
okay.
The wife that was having an affair, her husband, they got a divorce. I don't know what happened to the leaders.
It's probably for the best.
Oh, I know.
Well, you have to let us know after we record. We'll find out. We'll go. We'll dig in the family court records.
Exactly.
And
Like,
find
what happened there?
what we need.
I wonder if that's why. This is a really fucked up statement, but I wonder if that's why boomers want to go back into the office so they can have mistresses.
That's one theory.
Mistresses. That's quite the word. Okay, that's option. That is
Powerful.
That's the answer on Family Feud. We'll see how many that
Exactly.
gets from the crowd.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Enlightening.
So the square. I had a square.
Square.
If you're looking for the perfect last-minute holiday gift, I have it. The perfect gift for anyone in your life. It's an Aura frame. Now, if you know Aura frames, you're likely nodding and saying, yes, it literally is the perfect gift. And if you don't, you have to check it out. Because an Aura frame is a photo frame. The frame is beautiful, and you upload digital photos. The photos are super crisp. And it's really easy. You can have an app, multiple people can upload photos to the same device, and so different family members can do it for other family members living out of town. We literally do that with my family. My great aunt that lives here in Atlanta, where we live, will upload photos. Other family members do. I can look in the app and see the photos that have been added, so you really can keep up with everybody. And it's so meaningful. It's beautiful. It has a gift box. You can preload photos and a message, so when they open it, it already feels super personal. And for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code HRBesties at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code HRBesties. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
DSW, Designer Shoe Warehouse, is the one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. With sneakers, boots, and everything in between, for every style, mood, and occasion, you'll definitely find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. DSW has what you need, but more importantly, they have what you didn't even know you wanted. You never know what you'll find at DSW. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or dsw.com.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I saved a guy's marriage?
No,
Yes.
do tell.
All right. So, of course, it was open enrollment.
Of course.
And, of course, I was calling everyone who hadn't yet enrolled that was previously enrolled. And
Chasing.
Look at you.
I know. I was kind of a superstar when I was in the benefits department, but I called and I called this man and he answers and he's like, hello? So then I, of course, start fucking whispering and I'm like, hi, is this so-and-so? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, hey,
You met him where he was.
I wanted to let you know that you haven't completed your benefits enrollment and this is the last day to do it. And he was like, I'm in the deer blind. Can I call you back? And so I was like, of course, sir. Okay. So I really didn't think he'd call
Priorities.
back.
Yeah.
And I had a list. So I was very young. This was early in my career, my first job out of college. And I worked for a large farm chain, which, by the way, best job I've ever had. And so I really did not expect this man to call me back, but sure shit he did. And so I was walking him through getting his benefits enrolled and got him and his whole family of like 28 kids.
Of course.
And we're going down the dependent list and I see that his wife's birthday is that day. And I was like, holy shit. Well, of course I didn't say that. I was like, hey, your wife's birthday is today. And
Probably
he
could have
goes,
said that to him.
yeah, probably. He was like, oh, shit. And he slaps his hand on his desk and he goes, I got to go down to the Walmarts. The Walmarts.
Always
Walmart.
the Walmart.
And it's plural.
That's a big town. because
Yeah.
most
Well, yeah,
towns
if they
just
have a
the one.
Walmart.
The
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Walmarts. I got to go to the Walmarts. So not only did she get her whole family enrolled in health insurance for
On
the
her
next
birthday.
year, but I also got her a birthday gift. So I saved his marriage that year.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Congratulations to me on that one.
Did he send you some venison? So
Unfortunately, I,
know, right?
did not get shit from that.
Of course not.
Not even a
Of
good
course
job.
not.
Seems like a miss.
No,
Yeah.
so typical HR professional. Yeah, you got no appreciation.
Of course.
Piss. Piss. Right? Urine at work. Y'all been around a lot of urine at work? Can be a really pissy situation.
Yeah, piss and shit. A lot of piss and shit.
Yeah, a lot of piss and shit. But this is all about drug screening. Has anyone ever ran their drug screening program for their employer?
yes.
It sucks.
Most of the time, yes.
It sucks. It sucks so hard.
I've advised on it.
But anyway, it is terrible. It is absolutely terrible, Ashley, just FYI. Because you have to, of course, adhere to whatever regulations, DOD, whatever you're dealing with, whatever the policy is. You have to do the randomizer. Like, you have to get the people and all of that for the randoms. And, you have to have that special bathroom. You have to have the supplier that comes in and administers. I mean, all of that. It takes so much planning to do drug screening at work, right? So when you do repetitive randoms, your workforce, of course, knows you're doing them. They all talk about it, whatever. This one time, I remember, we had the line of guys. It was all guys in this particular day. And, they're going one by one into the bathroom and they're giving their sample. Someone has to be in there, not me, thank goodness. I'm sure they would have asked me though if someone didn't show up. All inappropriate. But, everyone's kind of taking their turn or whatever. And you have to monitor this whole situation, make sure it's the right person, checking IDs, all of this. You're doing all of this because some people know that their piss is going to come back positive for suppling, right? I mean, so, the people are kind of freaking out. Right? People are evading. People are disappearing out of nowhere. So this one time we do the testing and we get the results back pretty quickly. And the lab calls and they notice something really, really interesting with one of the specimens. And they were very concerned. And I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Well, this guy, he was negative for everything.
Great.
Which is fantastic, right? So he's not on drugs. That's great. But we're very concerned because it wasn't human piss. This employee of yours is bovine. He used cow piss. He's part cow. Well, we don't employ cows.
Well,
right? We employed human beings. So I was taken aback. And it's one of those moments where it's like, oh, good. Yeah. Like he's incredible. I'm glad that it was all negative. Oh, but he's part cow. Oh, shit. All right. So bovine piss is what he used. And I brought him in. We talked to him. And what he did was he would wear urine, a bag of urine, tape it on his leg every single day.
Yeah, because you got to have it body temperature.
You keep it warm. Now I'm just giving people the pro tips.
Yep, they check that.
You have to have it body temperature, right? We're checking for that. Mm-hmm. We're checking for that. Yeah, because people walk in with fake piss all the time or they buy someone else's piss, right? And so, he had it strapped to his leg, keeping it warm all the time. He thought of everything, right? He paid like $30 for it or something from, a friend. But unfortunately, that friend let him down because he was just smelling cow piss from his farm. So just, I was like, hey, good news on your drug screen. Good news and bad news, actually. The good news is you were negative for everything. He's like, yep. And the bad news is you are part bovine. You are a cow, and we do not employ cows here. So we're going to have to let you go, unfortunately. What the fuck?
I want to know what drug he was taking that he went through that great of a lengths.
Oh, I know, right? That's commitment. That's commitment.
I mean, it really is.
When you said $30, I was like, but I guess it seems about right. I mean, it's a lot of effort. That's one where you're spending more time and energy than you are money. But I just looked up to Amazon and was like,
can you buy bovine piss?
Well, here's my question that I was like, what would you search? Because also, I mean, this is like, I own my own business, so I guess I'm not worried about what is it my internet search history. But in my mind, I was playing a game of like, what would I look up? And so I looked up urine test accessories, and you can't buy the urine as far as I've seen, but it's the complete kit of a bottle, a hidden leg strap, thermometer, stickers, sample bags. But the kits, he is not the only person to have this idea. So I want to see the reviews. That's what I'm like now.
It's funny though that you can the reviews are. You can see who wrote them.
Oh my God, 478 reviews, which means they are selling thousands and thousands of these things.
Yeah.
Good point.
Damn.
Well, there's also special drinks you can get that dilute your pee enough, too, that you can still pee, but it's supposedly diluted, that it won't pop positive in a drug test.
Like certain things won't.
Yeah, I don't really know much about that, but I do know that there is such thing as that.
I had to take it in high school working. I don't think I had to take one for Kmart. I did for Winn-Dixie, the grocery store. And I hadn't had anything myself, but me being a fucking dork. I had just come back from like spring break and maybe gone to like Reggae Fest in Louisville, like, whatever. And was literally to the drug testing people. I'm sure they flagged me. They're like, triple check.
You're like, what if someone put drugs up my butt at the Reggae? Like, right.
You never know.
We'll flag this one. Don't worry. We'll catch you. So I passed and I was able to have the privilege of working at the Winn-Dixie, which was fun. But I will say always, I get why people do this and they should not, but you always think the people that have this ingenuity, it's like the same stuff of like the ways that people will cheat at work or other ways in life. It's like, take that. There's really productive stuff you can do with it. Well, it's like how companies will have like reverse hackers where they hire real hackers and they hire them for the company to be like, test us out, like help us get better. Like if you have to fire someone for failing a drug test, get creative for a second. Like, okay, so maybe they can't do this federally regulated profession, but is there something that they could do? They might be great in HR, to be honest with you, because they'll be able to suss out what people are doing. So people say, how can you get into HR? If you're thinking of scheming to get past a drug test and do that, just maybe stop the illicit drug use and maybe think of using it more productively. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So in my 21 years, I've seen some crazy shit on expense reports. So let me tell you about the one that was really the most wild. Plan B. That
Plan
pill.
B. Like you, the pill, not like you have a plan
pill.
A, so you're going to plan B. Okay.
Yeah.
Cause like this trip didn't go as planned, so we're going to do plan B. No, literally
Plan B, the pill from a Walgreens too. So I had
the Walgreens wrote that. I mean, most of the times people talk about HIPAA, and HIPAA doesn't actually apply to most people. But like, did they have the receipt? Oh, questions.
Well, okay. So here's the backstory. So obviously I'm not per se involved in finance, but it came to my desk being HR. And this is how usually they come to my desk. So the VP of finance had gotten a receipt from one of our recent sales managers' trips. And it was a Walgreens receipt and it was kind of ripped. So he requested another receipt or a better receipt. And of course, the guy's like, I'm sorry, I don't have it. That's all I had, blah, 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 all these excuses. And so it was actually quite a lot of money for a Walgreens. And if you know, Plan B, because I Googled it just a minute ago because I didn't know how much it is, it's only $50. So that wasn't even the concern yet, right? We're not even concerned with what we need to know what is on and what could possibly be personal expenses. So long story short, the VP of finance goes round and round with the sales manager until finally he's able to produce the whole receipt. And on that whole receipt was a lot of things that, like beer purchases, things that at a Walgreens too. Like, anyway, random things, but on it is a Plan B pill. Now, I don't remember, this didn't happen that long ago too. I don't remember exactly what it said on I don't think it said Plan B on the Walgreens receipt. I'm not sure what it said.
It's like the long medical name.
It was something enough that the VP of finance approached me and was like, we have an issue. The sales manager, rang up, I think it was close to like $600 at Walgreens.
Wait, what?
Yes.
In one trip?
And so I get the receipt, which is, this person actually is remote. So it was like two halves of a ripped receipt. And like the first half is like, normal stuff. You would like Band-Aids and,
what?
Yeah. But then the bottom half is where there's like so much stuff. And I'm like, wow, how'd you spend $600? But anyway, so the Plan B's on there and VP is of finance, like this guy ran this on corporate card.
Wait, this guy?
The sales manager was a guy who bought the Plan B.
Got it. Okay.
While on travel?
While on travel in Florida.
And did you say sales manager's trip? Because all of a sudden things are making a little...
Always sales.
There was a couple sales managers. It was a retreat. Did they need a retreat? Absolutely not. Why was the company paying for a retreat? I'm not sure. That's a whole nother issue and I don't need to go there. So anyway, I get the sales manager on the phone and I'm asking him questions and, he was like, well, we drank on it. That's why the beer and whatnot is on the receipt. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, well, there was something else on there that, why this ended up on my desk. So I'm just kind of, just wanted to, he said, well, yeah, I had to buy that because it happened while I was at work, referring to the Plan B, because he was on a work trip and he needed to provide the lady the Plan B. So he put it down as a work expense.
Look at this.
I'm potentially saving you tons of money in future, like healthcare and all of this.
Future medical claims.
Yes.
I paid attention in open enrollment and I saw the difference between the single and
the family. And so needless to say, we did make him pay back a portion of the Walgreens bill. And it was a good portion because, like I said, a lot of it, the bottom half of that receipt that was conveniently ripped was stuff that was, wouldn't be covered under a business trip. And also he lost his credit card privileges.
Listen, I'm sure people have very differing opinions on Plan B overall, but I think we can all unite under the idea that it generally should not be a reimbursable work expense.
No.
Wow.
No, exactly.
But I also love that the finance person is like, let me look at this. Let me look at, oh, shoot. Let's have Jamie handle it.
Well, yeah, because I think once he got that second half of the receipt, like I said, it was funny how it was ripped. I remember it so well. It was ripped where you could see some of the items on one side, but it kind of went up where the price part was ripped. Like he did it intentionally. And the bottom half was like the beer. And I thought that there was alcohol, but like wine. Maybe in Florida you can buy wine at a Walgreens. I'm not really sure. But yeah, the plan B stuck out like a sore thumb.
Flu shots in the office. Have you all ever had to get a flu shot for work?
Many times. Healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Right. Leigh?
Yeah, I wanted to get it. I wasn't like forced to.
Well, I have not worked in healthcare. I have worked in food service, but I also once worked at a law firm where we got, and I can't exactly tell you if we were required to get them or not, but I know that they had them set up for us right in the office. And likely because in a law firm, they want you to work as much as possible. So
don't get sick.
Exactly. It's for your care, but more importantly, don't mess up our clients' needs, self-sacrifice. But why I say I can't remember if they were required is they were in the office. And so it wasn't even like a building-wide thing, go to a thing. So we had to sign up. And so I went to sign up and I go into a little conference room and I walk in and there's the nurse with the flu shot. And there's also our head of HR. It's sitting there at the table. And he was like a grown, older man. And
like checking people off.
Literally, yes. No. And this is why, yes.
God.
Yes. And so I remember looking around and like glancing in my mind thinking like, is this a prank camera type show? But of course I'm also like a junior associate, so I'm not going to say anything. So I walk in, close the door and like the blinds down and all these things. But so I sit and I remember thinking to myself, okay, I had like a button-up shirt, like a dorky, like
you had to whip your titty out.
No, I did not. But I
take the arm out.
And I have never in my life been so intentional. Not even like a senior prom picture. I've never been as intentional about how I pose my body as I see. I'm like, I don't want anything to come out. And he's just sitting there with the clipboard, all of that, watching. So I do my sleeve down. I get my flu shot. I move on with life, and I went back to my desk and I thought, God, working is so freaking weird. And that was it. So that's the time that at a law firm, HR sat in. So sometimes when you see these comments that are like anti-HR or HR is very strange, I honestly think back to this comment. This situation years later of the time that we had HR is a witness for many type of conversations, but also at times for flu shots.
When my podcast co-hosts and I started HR Besties, it seemed like we had to figure out absolutely everything on our own. The scripts, the setup, the filming schedule, the logos, you name it. We had never done anything like this before. So it was super overwhelming, and every day seemed to introduce a new decision that needed an answer. That's how it is. Whenever you're starting off with something new, it just seems like your to-do list keeps growing and growing every day with new tasks. Well, finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything can be such a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started, like mine. Turn your big business idea into... With Shopify on your side, sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/HRBesties. Go to shopify.com/HRBesties, shopify.com/HRBesties.
When it comes to holiday gifting, I want to give people things that they really love. Beautiful, timeless pieces that they'll wear for years to come. And that's why I'm going with Quince. From Mongolian cashmere sweaters to Italian wool coats, everything is premium quality at a price that actually makes sense. Quince has something for everyone in the whole family. Soft Mongolian cashmere sweaters for $50 that look and feel like designer pieces, silk tops and skirts for dressing up, perfectly cut denim for everyday wear, and outerwear that actually keeps you warm. Their Italian wool coats are standout pieces, beautifully tailored, soft to the touch, and crafted to last for seasons. Every piece is made with premium materials from ethical, trusted factories and priced far below what other luxury brands charge. The craftsmanship shows in every detail. The stitching, the fit, the drape, it's elevated, timeless, and made to wear on repeat. There's so many good options that I can totally see myself grabbing a few of their cashmere pieces for friends, specifically the brush cashmere. I mean, but they have scarves, sweaters, all of it. And maybe I'm going to sneak in another brush cardigan for me. Find gifts so good you want to keep them with Quince. Go to quince.com/hrbesties for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/hrbesties to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/hrbesties.
Ear licking.
Here we go again.
I know, here we go again, right? But ear licking. Oh gosh. Did you know that you can get in trouble for things that you do outside of work by your employer?
Yeah.
I unfortunately,
Did you know that, Ashley? Here comes the attorney.
I did know
Right.
that, but I'm curious how that ties into
Ear licking. Okay, so imagine that you are at a bar having a happy hour with your team. And
So it's like
you're having a good
quasi-work,
time.
quasi-not.
Yeah, see, so it's associated, right?
With coworkers.
With coworkers,
Okay.
that's right. There's no one else there with your party except your team. And you're having a good time, and you're maybe an hour or two in, right? So you're a little sloshy,
Yeah.
right? You're feeling it. You're feeling good. And then, people want to take a group photo. Wasn't that dumb? I was going to say sweet, but really that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's the beginning of the party idea.
But yes, that's the
not a
beginning.
6 drinks in.
No, it's not, right? But evidence, right?
Oh, sorry.
Evidence.
That's just Jamie?
I mean,
Evidence,
I wouldn't be doing like
Not
happy hour
needed.
evidence from the workplace, right? But during that photo, guess what happens?
I
can guess, right? Yeah, because I already kicked it
ear
off a
was
little ear.
licked.
An ear was licked. A supervisor
Okay. Oh, I was
licked
like-
the ear of one of his employees, his team members.
his former team member at this point. I'm assuming.
Correct.
Yeah, because you don't work there no more.
Well, somebody's either fleeing the job or going to be fled.
And he did a little ear swirl in there.
Because it wasn't. I was wondering
an
what the
ear
position was,
swirl.
and then where, if it was just the tip of the ear.
Like a bite. Was it a nibble?
Ooh.
It wasn't a nibble.
It wasn't a Mike
was literally
Tyson?
like yeah, like a little, like a circular, like.
Was that caught on picture?
It was very close.
Okay.
Could you imagine?
Now,
having a supervisor
Which were you in the
do that?
situation? Were you supervisor, Leigh? Or
No, I'm not into that. Well, maybe I am, but not in the workplace.
That's some state school. I thought maybe a liberal arts school. That's a liberal arts level of. We'll dip our toe or our ear.
We'll try it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. But of course, as these things go, as you start investigating, you realize, oh my gosh, so this is the workplace creeper.
Yeah.
The supervisor's always doing creepy shit like this.
What else
no one had ever shared anything, because people do make the assumption, I'm going to talk from my position as an HR leader, that we know everything. We do not. We only know what you all share with us 100%. And that we see.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we literally have to see it, or someone has to tell us about it, right? We don't always get the rumor mill that, so-and-so's a creeper down on the shop floor.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, so.
They have to be comfortable too to share that information
Absolutely.
with us.
But wait,
And because there's always fear of retaliation, right? Because this was a supervisor who's doing the ear licking.
Exactly. It makes it that much more difficult.
But let's go back to that moment. What, did the person jump scare? Like, what was the reaction in the moment of the person?
I would have swung.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I think she took the photo. I think it was like,
Like
a
a
quick
selfie.
swish in the ear. And then, like we're taking the photo,
I would have been
which was a gross exploitation of power right there.
for
You know
sure,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
She's
Right.
like paralyzed right there. And I think, she had shared with somebody else who then reports that. And you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So then it kind of gets bubbled up and you start investigating and realize, well, this is the grossest person ever who's like going station to station out on the shop floor and like being uncomfortably close to people and, like Ghost with the clay, like Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore sort of shit. You know what I mean?
They're not looking as pleased as Demi is in that
Oh,
situation. They have that
Whew.
paralyzed where you're
Cutting
like,
glass.
well, what face do I have to
Oh,
make to not get fired?
God, and it's
Oh, my
sad. I
God.
hate when those would pop, I hate that
I feel
shit.
like you in your HR career have had this like game of operation of like the different body parts that you've had in some
I
of
know,
these
there's
like
more.
between
Wait.
toes. I can't
wait. I can't wait.
can't wait.
I can't wait.
But that's something. That's something. But that's probably a topic for this for some of these episodes are things that happen outside of work that can. People think that it's like the Harry Potter invisibility cloak of like, I'm out of the office.
Yeah, I can't be held liable
I
for
have
this.
First Amendment rights. This is a U.S. concept. I have First Amendment rights to do anything, and sometimes people get a shock. What does that have to do with you?
Yeah.
How is it happy hour?
And often I will say, I don't give a shit what you do outside the office.
Correct.
However,
No.
if you're doing it to your coworker and you're doing it non-consensually, I almost said sexually,
I know.
non-consensually,
But that
and that
too.
person is your that is your
gross.
supervisor doing
Yeah.
it? Oh, no. Hard
Yeah.
stop.
I've had some issues with things people have done outside of the office that have
Yes,
nothing to do with
yes.
coworkers, but that's but that's for another episode. And,
yeah. Yeah,
for
yeah.
now, I'm literally like,
We'll
like,
save
I
that
hate,
water
like,
cooler talk.
I hate a wet willy.
Oh,
I know,
gross.
me too.
I mean, I don't know. I guess. Well, maybe there are people that like that, and so I don't want to shame anybody.
No.
But
No, we're not kink
normally
shaming.
it's
You do you,
children.
boo.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to fathom. But there's people that'll be like, "Oh my god, fuck yeah!" Because when their supervisor does that, they're like, "That is my ticket," and that's what they put in their back pocket, and that stays in their back pocket until something happens to them. Of
I've
like,
got
you
a
got
golden
performance.
ticket, right?
Golden ticket, which is the performance issue. It's
giving Wonka.
It's giving Wonka.
Yeah, it's giving Wonka the golden ticket. Let me show you this photo of my supervisor licking my ear, and then that conversation changes very,
Yes.
very.
Yes.
Or like
quickly.
use it as leverage. Like,
Of
I want
course,
a raise. I want a 25%
That's
raise.
right. It's
Yeah.
that is the golden ticket. And HR professionals are nodding, and you are listening because you can
Yes.
think about those golden tickets get revealed, and it's like the reverse Uno cards.
Yeah, and it may not even be the person whose ears licked that gets the golden ticket.
Yep.
Because if a coworker sees that, it could be consensual, the ear licking in a photo.
yeah.
There could be an affair there.
Yep.
Right? And now there's favoritism. And then a peer sees that.
Right.
And they escalate that up too. Oh, something's going on with those two,
Yeah.
and this isn't fair, and we got this. Oh my God. Right.
Yeah.
All the things. Right.
Right.
There's so
Right.
many scenarios.
Right.
But in this one, she did not appreciate the tongue in the ear.